Hey Earthquakes fans, welcome to another edition, the final edition of Danger and Danielle's Tactical Breakdown. We're going to look back to the Seattle Sounders San Jose Earthquakes game this past Saturday on Decision Day. Danger, what are your thoughts of the first half? Let's go with the first half.
Well, Stevie Austin came out with a 4-4-2 diamond again. The only change in the lineup was Harold Cummins coming in for the injured Jimmy Ockford. I thought Harold Cummins had a very good game on the day, by the way. And also Francois Offalter coming in the last 2 or 3 games. It's amazing how players, when they're given a chance, and there's less pressure, I guess, in some respects, do so well. Cummins, other than the Rui Diaz goal, where he lost his marker just a little bit, I thought he had a very good game, being in the right place. But I thought the team showed quite well in the first half. You know, they defended well as an organisation. I thought that Stevie Ralston gave again some time to the younger players. I thought Tommy Thompson got on the ball better, finding that space between their defenders and their defensive midfielders quite often, and making some much better decisions on the ball. He was a bright spot from that perspective. Eric Calvillo, Jackson Ewell working hard again, Nick Lima getting forward. So I thought overall, there was a positive first half where they held their own against a Seattle team that has been playing very, very well. But we both thought that Seattle had another gear to go into. Yeah,
Seattle just is playing with a swagger and a confidence, and deservedly so. They bumped all the way up to second place in the Western Conference standings. But I agree with you. I mean, I thought defensively the team was well organized. The wide play was pretty good in the first half. Nick Lima and Shea Salinas getting forward. And I like the fact that Steve Ralston went with 2 forwards, Danny Houston and Chris Wondolowski on the field. I thought Danny Houston was good on the ball, got a lot of the ball. Wando looked a little bit tired to me. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the year Chris Wondolowski's had, you know, he's had a tough year, and he's been on the bench, he's been played in all different types of positions, and just recently, you know, everybody's going, come on, Wando, you know, break the record. There's probably a lot of pressure on mentally. He's trying to do the right thing, work hard as he always does. So he looked a little bit tired when it came to the last game of the season.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the second half, because this is a Seattle Sounders team that has had the best second half to any MLS season ever. With this win, they've gone to 15-2-2, and as we said, they had a second gear.
Yeah, 15-2-2 since July.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. And I think it was maybe a little bit of a wake-up call for them when the Earthquakes did score. Danny Houston gets the ball out wide. It looked to me like he was looking to serve it.
Oh, absolutely,
to cross
trying to pass the window, for sure.
But you know, that's what happens. Deflection happens. It bounces off Chad Marshall. No way that the goalkeeper could save that ball. So, you know, opportunistic and great. We'll take it. But it was just, like you said, a different swagger, a different gear, and Seattle is playing with a measure of confidence, and that really showed late in the second half.
Absolutely. It's a good learning experience. I said this several times on the broadcast. It's a good learning experience for Calvillo, Jackson Ewell, Lima, Tommy Thompson, the young players that were on the field when this happened in a big stadium with a big crowd. The biggest cheer of the night was a great example of how to support your team, because when the Quakes scored and then Seattle Sounders went to kick off, the place went crazy. Come on, you know, we got to win this game to get that second position, get the bye. And you can see the reaction from the Sounders. It was really good support by their fans. You know, we had like a group of ultras there as well, by the way. Well done, guys. But at the end of the day, you know, you could see there was a reaction to that. And in Ladero and Rodriguez and Rui Diaz, they got some good players.
Yeah, and just really a great example kind of the 2 directions that these teams have been going. Seattle finishing with a swagger, finishing with a confidence, and it just, the Earthquakes playing okay, and just kind of coming up short, has been the case all year.
Yeah, like it was a microcosm of the year. You know, the team did well at times in the game. There was some good performances. I mentioned Cummins especially, but you know, at the end of the day, just not good enough to win at this level on a consistent basis, and that's been the season. So let's put a bow on it as far as the season. Disappointing season for the Earthquakes, but looking forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us are a little bit eager to put this one in our rearview mirror. But looking forward, you know, lots of exciting things with Matias Almeida, what those changes are going to be. And then too, like looking back a little bit, I mean, you've got Chris Wondolowski, Danny Houston, and Vaco, all of whom have scored at least 10 goals. So something that hasn't been done in 5-6 years. So something to build upon, but it really is about building and looking ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Matias Almeida is a massive signing for the club. And I would like to think, and it hasn't been proven yet, but I'm sure there's going to be finances available to support him in his efforts. And I do honestly believe that if you take a look at the current squad and add some additional quality to it, they'll be competitive in 2019 and building towards being able to make more changes and maybe compete for the championship in 2020. That's my goal.